first scene because it was my first scene and I was speaking Hindi in front of all the guys. काश तुम सैम की मॉम से कभी मिल पाते हो. तुमने उस दिन कहा था ना कि काश तुम सैम की मॉम से कभी मिल पाते.
It is a challenge to direct somebody who doesn't speak Hindi. It didn't bother me if she couldn't pronounce a certain word as long as her lips moved correctly or whatever. That wasn't a problem. It was my only problem was that I couldn't improvise too many lines on set with her.
देखो वो क्लॉक था कि गाड़ी भी बंद है.
I couldn't relate with Sam at that point because touch wood, I've had a very good family. We live together, everything. Whereas Sam has a little traumatized family, so I couldn't relate to him, and then I had to go in this weird zone. I had to be like Sam, and obviously that as an actor you need to do. But I went so deep into it, I actually started thrashing the room around. Tanushri telling somebody, just don't go near him, he's really angry right now.
The greatest challenge for me is because I'm playing the younger and older version of the same character, like 12 years apart and stuff. And there were many days when I would have to like oscillate between young and old like 4 to 5 times a day and stuff, So like being a relative newcomer and all, it's not that simple and all. There were some romantic scenes and all, where I'm dropping Iza home and stuff and all that. And I mean, like, she's like sitting at the back and I'm there and like, we have to go uphill and all that. It's not really easy, like it doesn't really have much horsepower and stuff, It's like, go fast now, what you are doing, no? And I'm like, I'm trying to go here, but it's not going, and like, it's embarrassing,
There was a moment where there was a scene in which he's riding the Luna and I'm sitting right behind him. And I'm supposed to shut his eyes for a brief moment. And believe me, we did that shot like a couple of times. And I was freaking out. I said, Tanuj, manage it, bro. Like, do I leave the space open for you?
Yeah, like,
do I do it like that?
No,
bro, I'll manage. I said, okay.
That Luna really drove me loony by the end of it, so I'm glad.
Siddharth's driving the Luna actually, which is pretty pimped out for a vehicle.
It's raining in that sequence and stuff, and it's like really like marshy land and stuff, So especially like me on the Luna and stuff and all, like it kind of skids. In fact, I did fall.
I was supposed to drive like really fast in my car, and Tanushri was really skeptical. She said, no, let the boy double do it. I said, Tanushri, I can manage this.
I'll try a couple of times. I'll go very slow. I'll get the feel of it then only.
She gave me her lucky Sai Baba ring. She said, just keep it in your pocket for safety. I said, okay.
I had a Priya and I have never driven a two-wheeler. We had a lot of these bike shots and all. I actually couldn't. So the scooter that I was riding was so old. In this one shot, I have to park my scooter. I had to put my bike on the stand and then run. Instead of putting it with my leg, I bent down to find the stand, and I ended up touching this hot silencer. And later, when I finished that scene, realized it was the silencer had like a very dark blood mark. We had a few scenes in the car, and half the times we were shooting with cars. The cars had major issues. Like once we were shooting in Panchgini, we were in a jeep and it was an open jeep. So the rod that we were hanging to actually popped out of the jeep and it actually broke. So we almost fell off. Bobby, Param, actually was so close to dying.
We had that rope jump. So all the boys, one after the other, of course, Kashyap was, I think, the bravest. 5 of us were damn excited. And Tanushri asked us, do all of you all know how to swim? And we were like, yeah, we know how to swim and all. And Param's like, yeah, I know how to swim, I know how to swim. I wish Bobby had told me, as in Param had told me, that he didn't know how to swim. But being a good-hearted Punjabi boy, he refused to share this with me. Param's dialogue before this scene is,
कर लूंगा उसमें कौन सी बड़ी बात है इन तीनों ने कर लिया तो मैं bloody कर लूंगा.
Cut to Param swings. jumps.
और बॉबी का एक्टर ऐसे बिंदास है, तो मैं ऐसे फैल के गिरा और सांस तो मैंने ली ही नहीं ना, मतलब हंस के गिर रहा हूँ. मैं जैसे ही लेक के अंदर गिरा, अंडरग्रंट ने खींचा मेरे को.
And I thought they are doing masti because we kept on rolling thinking that this is part of the his character is that type who sort of bullies and pushes people in water.
No one outside the lake realized that Param is drowning. The only person who realized was the GoPro operator.
फिर वो बेचारा GoPro वाला लड़का, the operator, he jumped in, he saved me.
There was a scene that I had to kiss a girl.
He was like pacing up and down, was extremely nervous. Usually he's a talkative guy on set, which he wasn't that day at all.
Everyone from the cast was cheering and hooting and playing completely inappropriate vague songs.
When the kiss actually happened, he just zoned out, he froze. We did actually some 5 retakes. And I eventually told him, I said, close your eyes when you're doing the kiss. Only that way it'll work for you.
He kissed a 6'1" tall, beautiful Brazilian woman. What do you think went through me?
I think it's one of his inside insecurities that just burst out and he starts doing this random thing.
I told him you're supposed to dance like Jackson, but I think even Jackson will be turning in his grave if he sees that dance.
कश्यप कवर हो रहा है. हाँ.
हवस वाला नाच.
आवाज बढ़ाओ म्यूजिक की. नहीं काम कर. ये 5K और वो लाइट बंद कर.
Celebrate love and friendship this season.
Catch all the latest from my movie Purani Jeans exclusively on erosnow.com before anywhere else.